So we are here with Mothers Illuminated, where we help light the pathway through motherhood. I am joined today by Jen Teachout and Susie Higgins, both of which own Vibe and Revive yoga studio up in, I believe it's Concord. And today we are here at the Co-work of Londonderry. So if you're a mom looking for a great place to get some work done away from the house and your crazy kids, definitely look at the Co-work of Londonderry at londonderry.cowork.com. Co-work is spelled C-O-W-E-R-C. They have office space, conference rooms, workshops for business owners, podcast rooms, and lots of other great benefits for members. So we are going to dive right in. And I'd like, I guess, both of you guys to introduce yourself and kind of just talk about, what got you into yoga, how you guys ended up creating your yoga studio together, and what that's like juggling working with the yoga studio and having children of your own.
All right. Let me start. Okay, I'm Susie. I'm one of the instructors at Vibe and Revive Yoga. Let's see. So Jenny and I we've been friends for about 10 years. And I guess kind of a quick backstory. We always say that, when we were younger, we would close down the clubs. We loved to dance. We loved music. And then 10 years later, still good friends. We went out to dinner one time and Jenny was like, I'd love to open up a yoga studio. And I said to her, you know what, I'll do that with you. And we were like, we would love to have a space where moms could come and feel comfortable and, not have to worry about, their bodies or the stress from their normal life, with the kids and work. And so that's what we are sort of specializing in. So
having that club vibe that we love so much, but making it like beneficial to our bodies.
Exactly. Really. So we're making working out fun and just come and feel welcomed, comfortable, no judgment zone, and have a good time is really the bottom line. So that's how I got into it with Jenny.
Right.
So.
And I was introduced to Buti in 2018, and I just fell in love with it because it is so different than just traditional yoga. And for me, like when I work out, like I want to feel like I'm working out, and yoga it was so slow for me, but I still loved that aspect. But Buti is really a mix of, we'll get into it, but a mix of like cardio, tribal dancing and yoga, like all in one.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's all done to super upbeat music, and it's really the music drives the class. So I fell in love with it right away. I'd been practicing it just at home through their streaming service, and then moved here. I was living in Ohio, but moved here, and there were in-person classes that were close to me, so I went to my first one, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and like I want to be certified through it. And then one thing led to another, and Susie and I went to her first class in person, and she got the booty bug.
I did.
And then we decided, we were just talking about it, we're like, how incredible would that be if we could open up a space and like everything she said, where women can come, moms can come, and just spend an hour or even a half hour on themselves, because it's so hard to carve out that time during the day. And, we kind of get lost in the shuffle sometimes as moms, and it's really important for us to be able to kind of get, take that time on ourselves, because we deserve it. So, that's like the space that we opened. We were just like, we need to do this. And it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It really has.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Buti yoga is, very different. That's not something, like, I had never heard of it, honestly, until I saw you guys' studio. Normally, like you said, it's a lot more slow-paced, or, there's a lot of other different styles of yoga that are much more common.
Yeah.
So how did you guys find Buti yoga?
I found it through, I think it was like an ad on Instagram or Facebook or something, and it just like, it caught my eye, because I was like, I love yoga in that aspect, and I had done it prior to finding Buti, but I needed more, and I saw the ad for it, and I was like, I gotta give this a try. And my very first, even though it was done at home, like I just loved it instantly, because it gave me that perfect mix of everything I was looking for. So I got the bug, and from there it was... Here we are.
And for me, it was like I had been working to try to get back into shape after I had my daughter who's 3, and I had tried a few other things, and it was, you know, it wasn't working out. I couldn't stick with it. And then Jenny brought me to a Buti class, and I fell in love because the music was so much fun, and like you get that upbeat cardio and strength. And so I was like, if you're going to open a studio, I'm with you. People are going to love this. So here we are.
Yeah. And so what's it like, because you guys both have children, so what's it like, and they're both young, I mean, you've got younger children too, which is a little bit more challenging to have your own business and, you know, be working. But what's it like to juggle, you know, life between being a mom and being a business owner?
Our husbands are amazing because I mean, they're really the reason why we can do it, because they, you know, they stay with the kids while we go out and we do our thing at the studio. And, you know, it is a hard juggle, and we have to, you know, be doing all the things behind the scenes. It's not just going, you know, and instructing the class. It's like, you know, we got to do the playlist, we got to do the business aspect of it and all that. So, I mean, we just do it. Like, we just... have to
make it work. You gotta, like you said, carve out a time, and you know, just getting the studio ready, and you know, beginning this whole journey. It was. I'd say it started with that support system with our husbands, and they kind of like, they were like, okay, we support you. You know, I know that this is a huge leap, but if this is what makes you happy, and so they were able to adapt, you know, with our kids and stuff, and so. Yeah, and I feel like even just knowing that we have Buti Yoga in our daily life, it really helps us with the energy and being able to, you know, be in a good mood for our kids. And because having little ones at home, I have a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old, and it's like after we come from our Buti Yoga, we feel like happier and more calm. Like when I leave, not so much. But then I come home and I'm like, I'm good, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is so true. I mean, it takes... you know, it takes a lot to, you know, be a mom, obviously. Yeah. And, you know, so it's like spending that time on ourselves and doing something that we absolutely freaking love is like the most important part. Exactly. Yeah. And so being able to do that, and it definitely does, it boosts the mood for sure.
Yeah. So. To go to a workout that you know is going to be fun is really important, because you feel like it's not so much work. You know, you're going to have a space for yourself, and then you come home, and then it's like you filled your cup, so you can now, you know, like give your kids that attention. So
And so, what exactly? You'll kind of go into the crux of it now. What exactly is Buti Yoga? I know you kind of talked a little bit about it, like, you know, the tribal dancing and you know, cardio, that kind of stuff as well. But so, what exactly is it, and how is it different from other yogas?
Yep, so Buti Yoga, Buti, B-U-T-I, that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, say that every time.
Yeah, exactly. It's really to find that ultimately we all have the cure inside of us, and society is telling us that we need to look outside of ourselves in order to, you know, find a solution to whatever problem we have. And Buti is really about tapping into your body, coming back to your body, getting out of your mind and into your body and feeling it out. And trauma, you know, tension, any negative energies that are not serving us is trapped in our bodies, in our cells. And the specific movements in Buti are done to literally shake that out of us. There's certain movements that we do that are literally like shaking and spicing up the energy and just getting it out. So so it's a mix of tribal dancing, HIIT cardio, and just traditional yoga poses. But yeah, it's done to upbeat music. It really doesn't even feel like a workout. You're just like having fun. It really, it's amazing.
Yeah. And a lot of strength training as well. So you pretty much get, you know, everything in one. And then you also get the fun upbeat music, but also toward the end you get the meditation aspect of it too. So, you know, you definitely get to focus and to kind of get, like she said, out of your head into your body, and then toward the end you kind of get back into your head and like find your focus. So it's pretty great.
And I know it's probably hard to kind of verbalize because it's obviously such a physical thing, but if somebody was to come into your yoga studio, you know, what would you kind of tell them as to what to be expecting? And kind of, I guess, how the progression of everything goes. Because I know you said, like, at the end you get a little bit of, like, a meditation. Yeah. Is that, like, you know, literal meditation where you're sitting there and there's, like, calm music?
Yeah.
And
it's like Savasana. Yeah. So it's Savasana, which is the final resting pose of most yoga. And, yeah, we really like the, like, flutes and shamanic type meditation music, but it all depends. But, yeah, it's the final you know, we go hard during the class, and then, you know, you have the end to kind of cool down and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everybody that comes in, we are very much a no judgment zone. So we tell everybody, like, this is your journey. Do what you can. And there's no judgment here. This is for you. This is your time to, you know, connect with your body and let go whatever it is that you need to let go of for the day. And yeah, it's just...
And you know, we definitely tell people, simple thing is bring your water, bring your towel, because you're definitely going to put up quite a bit of a sweat.
Yeah.
So you're like, even though, say you did more yoga poses during the entire Buti yoga class, you're still like dripping sweat by the end of it.
Yeah.
So you get like, and a lot of it is because of the HIIT workout, the high interval intensity training. And so we do any kind of music from tribal to techno, even sometimes rap. We get any kind of, you know, we get slower songs, pop music, and then toward the end we get more into the meditation music. And so you kind of glide from the really fast music to the slower. And so you get from, you know, the high sweat to you finally get to cool down and just kind of focus on, you know, yourself
like you're
and what your
climbing a
thoughts are.
mountain.
Exactly. By the end of it, you kind of suffer a little in the middle because you're working so hard, but then you're just like, this was amazing.
It's like, and then we call it Buti bliss at the end of class, because everybody is like, you're just on such a high. It's like the runner's high, but we call it Buti bliss, and it's just, I mean, it's it's such an experience.
Yeah,
so.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop right into a sponsor that we have here. So it's Elated Canine Training and Pet Services. They're here for your family pet's needs. We work with all ages and breeds. We run day training in our home while you're at work, private lessons at your home, group lessons, and a few other tailor-made services. Please contact Jocelyn at 603-479-7253 or on our website at elatedcanine.com for more information. Can't wait to help both you and your pup find the happy, healthy relationship that you're searching for. And then we can hop right into prenatal yoga. So I know that's a very common thing, you know, especially when you're pregnant. It's you kind of don't have the energy,
right?
You know, and it's like you're also preparing at the same time that you don't have this energy, you're preparing your body to like go through the biggest marathon you'll ever go through. So I know you guys do Buti yoga. Is there like a prenatal version of that? And how would you guys do like tailored Buti yoga around somebody who came in and is pregnant?
Yeah, I mean, I did Buti throughout my entire pregnancy, and they do suggest to not do it in your first trimester, but I mean, listening to your body is the best for that. But we do offer tons of modifications for each pose. You know, if we're doing a high intensity push, you know, just step it out. Like, you don't have to, like, say we're doing the jacks or something, you know, you can just step it out. You don't have to do that. So there's a lot of modifications that are offered, and avoiding like twisting poses and things like, and crunching, you know,
exactly,
things like that.
But so some of the stuff that we do, you know, we make sure that so it's basically, you know, you come in for the, say, regular Buti class, and we may have one specific to prenatal, but the regular Buti class, but we make sure we let the you know, individual know that these are certain modifications that we want you to keep in mind, and we just let them know to trust your body and make sure that you remember not to do like the twisting and you know, and definitely obviously have your water and those types of things. So we've had master trainers that have been pregnant, and they have done the same, and they teach you, you know, to make sure you do these certain modifications. And since it's the two of us, one of us will make sure that we do the modifications while the one instructing would continue with the regular class. So.
Okay. And do you guys both teach each class, or how does that work?
We alternate.
Basically. So we alternate. So like one class she'll be the instructor, and I'll be there, you know, in the front doing the modifications, and then, you know, vice versa. Yeah. So we just kind of do it like that, alternate like that. Yeah.
So one person teaching at the time, and so that allows us to get in as many classes as we can physically. So we could either join, or you know, one person teaches individually or independently, and so.
And I know you were actually pregnant recently.
Yes.
So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
With your little baby.
Yes, thank you.
But now I remember because, we're friends on Facebook or whatever. And so I would see her posting these pictures all the time of like her and her, the big pregnant belly.
And Debbie would have the big belly. All the way up until like 2 weeks before you went to labor. And you just did modifications and stayed conscious of your belly.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's, you just have to really listen to your body. And I had been very active, for a while up until that point. So I was like, I'm just going to go as far as I can go and, listen to my body. And, I mean, it was so helpful for me because I remember my first pregnancy. I have a 7-year-old as well. I remember my first pregnancy, like I didn't exercise or anything at all. And I was so miserable through like the very end of it because I was just, my body hurt so much. And this pregnancy was so different, and I really think it was because I was doing Buti the whole time.
Absolutely.
Because it really it got my joints moving, it got my body moving, and it really
flexible.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially because a lot of what Buti Yoga focuses on is opening up the hips, keeping the hips loose, and so that's huge for a woman going into labor.
Right.
So,
Yep. Exactly.
It's definitely very helpful.
Yeah.
So and the founder of Buti Yoga, Busy Gold, she's taught many times pregnant, and she's on her 4th kid.
Right, yeah.
She's like one of the most fit humans you'll ever see. So
it's amazing. Yeah, it definitely helped. And overall, especially being pregnant during COVID and the pandemic and things like that, it helped my mind so much also, is to just be able to, get out of my mind and into my body and just not worry about anything that was going on, and just really it was great.
Yeah, or spend the pandemic a lot of people, which is no judgment there, but they say the drinking and the eating habits of people had become greater because of the pandemic, and so we kind of were hoping to offer people a way to get through it without hopefully coming out of it in a place where they don't feel as happy as they were before. So
and then so I guess kind of just to go back to the whole pregnancy and I guess preparing for birth and everything, prenatal yoga is supposed to be one of the best things you can do when you're pregnant because of the reasons that you guys said. It opens up the joints, it opens up the hips, I mean, all of which are essential to give birth. So I guess as somebody who did Buti Yoga throughout your entire pregnancy, did you find that it helped with the birthing process, and in what ways does it help with the birthing process and with postpartum healing?
Yeah, I ended up having a C-section because my daughter was breached.
Okay.
But it definitely, I mean, like I said before, it was more a lot of the mental things, for me, and also just physically, I felt better because how you're towards the end and you're just bloated and just completely miserable, and everything hurts and everything's hard.
Yeah, you feel bad about your body.
Yeah, exactly. And it definitely helped. And also to be able to run around with my 7-year-old, at the same time, and chase after my other kid,
Yeah.
It definitely did help. But yeah, I mean, it definitely is something that for moms that are, going for a natural birth, the positions that we do, obviously just in traditional yoga, is definitely helping set up the child in the birth canal, and allowing you, and the malasana, certain poses that we do, malasana really opens up the hip and opens up the pelvic floor, and is definitely helpful for that.
Yeah. And did you find that there was a difference to postpartum as well, postpartum healing this time around versus the first time?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. I was ready to go at 4 weeks, and I was I guess I gotta wait
cool your
a
jets,
bit.
I'll handle it for a little bit.
Yes, but it's it felt so good to, be back into my body and have my body again, and I was just so excited to be able to move, and excited that we had this studio and that it would be just a different experience, because when we opened I was 30 something weeks pregnant. So it was I wasn't really able to teach it, being able to fully be in my body. And I remember I would be pregnant with her.
Well, technically,
I would be
you were pregnant next to me.
Right? Pregnant, and talking to her about how I just certain poses, and it was getting more difficult and more difficult the bigger I was getting.
Yeah.
So I was just really excited to be able to have this burst of energy where I could just go in and like do certain poses because I
Yeah.
didn't have this big belly,
Right,
you know, in
right.
the way anymore.
Yeah. I think also another thing that just dawned on me as far as helping through pregnancy is it helped with like her fluid buildup.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she would have the swollen feet, swollen hands, and doing a lot of the yoga and the movement and sweating things out helped to kind of like release a lot of that swelling that pregnant women get and that fluid buildup, you know,
Definitely
especially in
true.
the feet and stuff. So,
Yep.
you know, a lot of stuff that we do is like the, you know, the yoga poses where we might be bouncing the heels, which is like a static shake is what we call it, or, you know, jumping, which you also have to be a little bit careful while you're pregnant, but it would help to like dissipate that fluid. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's another helpful thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, I mean, you know, obviously you had a great experience doing
Yeah,
it while
I
pregnant,
did.
which is
I loved
awesome
it.
because I think pregnancy is like one of the most difficult things.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially like you were saying, once you get to the end, it's like,
I'm
looks
ready.
like
Come
maybe
on.
the
Yeah.
last month is longer than like
Yes.
the previous 8 months.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Baby out.
Right.
So we're going to hop into another sponsor real quick. This is AK Property Services. It's a mom and pop landscaping and hardscaping company. From yard cleanups to 3-season rooms, they can do it all. Currently servicing the seacoast of New Hampshire. You can find them over at www.akpropertyservice.com. And we are going to hop right into yoga with children. So I know we were kind of talking a little bit before where you guys are talking about getting into having classes for children, specifically, you know, kids' trauma and helping them work through the trauma. So I guess how does Buti yoga, you know, help people work through the trauma? And then how would that apply to children? And, you know, I guess what are the effects of yoga on children? I know that's a really popular thing, especially the mindfulness aspect of yoga. And helping children just become a little bit more present and, you know, that kind of thing. So I guess if you guys could talk about some of that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, I know that in general, yoga can be helpful for kids as far as like self-control and self-discipline. You know, flexibility is really important while growing, so joints for the children as they grow. And, you know, we were really looking into kids, I'd say like 7 or 8 and older, you know, and then for the trauma aspect, we are looking to get certified in that to learn more about it. But we feel like as far as like being focused and gaining control with your mind and your self-talk could be really important for children to like learn how to handle their emotions and what they're not sure is going on inside them, and they can really hopefully tap into, you know, the emotions that they're feeling and recognize them. So.
Yeah, and I mean, movement, it really is medicine for, you know, everybody across the board. But Buti specifically is really great for trauma because we, you know, when we have certain situations, certain traumatic things that happen to us, that trauma is stored at a cellular level within our bodies. And Buti and the static movements that we do, we're literally shaking up those cells and shaking out, you know, the trauma and the toxins that are within our body, which is, you know, how you get rid of it. So yeah, I think Buti is really, Buti and, you know, trauma pretty much goes hand in hand.
That's the purpose behind it.
Yeah.
And I think also like getting that, you know, putting up that sweat and getting that exercise is absolutely beneficial. And I think it's really cool to, you know, incorporate the exercise with also the mind control and the focus and the discipline as far as like learning how to do even just something as simple as yoga poses can teach them how to, you know, become disciplined in other aspects where you have to focus on like the things that you're doing and, you know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and just like being able to connect with themselves and have, you know, that self-confidence, because I mean we're facing mirrors in our studio, and that's really so that we can focus, because you're watching yourself, you're connecting with yourself, and I think it's really great for kids to be able to, you know, look at themselves and accept themselves as they are and love themselves as they are and pour that into themselves and have like that be proud of themselves for getting through, you know, the class or doing something different and new and exciting, and spending time on themselves, you know, just like anyone else. We all deserve it no matter what age.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the meditation aspect too toward the end, you know, you kind of get the upbeat fun stuff for the kids, and then also to do the meditation to teach them, you know, how to calm their bodies and their mind. And so, hopefully somebody with trauma, you know, would be able to benefit with that is, you know, to find a way to get through whatever they went through and face it, you know, and feel that calm inside them and release any anger or sadness. So
yeah, and it's, you know, natural endorphins whenever you know, do a workout, so that definitely helps in you know, all aspects for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So we're excited to offer that in the hopeful near future. You know, it's one of our many certifications coming up.
And so you guys obviously both have children. Do they do a lot of like yoga with you guys, or?
My daughter loves to like be the teacher, so
Yeah.
it's really cute. You know, she'll
Teacher
be like,
employee.
"Can I?" Yeah, exactly. I know. I'm like, I wish you were a little bit older.
right.
You have to learn how to do it because she's I mean, because she loves dancing, she loves music. That's just always been something that she loves. So for her, seeing me do Buti, it's like it's so fun for her. And so she'll get up, she'll be like, "Mom, can I teach you yoga?" And I'm like, "Okay." So we'll just turn on Alexa and have this fun music, and she'll be like, "Okay, do this and do this," and then just go through it. So it's really fun.
Aww.
Yeah, it is.
And I think the fun music really catches their attention. So my son was at first, but now he's 8, so he doesn't think it's cool anymore. But so I gotta find another way to like reach his attention. But my 3-year-old, we got her own yoga mat for Christmas, and she literally pulls it out and she's like, "Mommy, look," and she'll do like the tree pose or like triangle pose or any of those poses, and she'll be like, "Are you happy?" You know, obviously she's seeking like approval, but she does enjoy it. You know, she does like love it, and she does it. You know, she just gets excited about it. And whenever I do it, she'll come next to me and you know, do the best she can.
And we do Buti glow nights, which is basically Buti yoga like in the black lights, and we have like glow paint and everything. So it would be so fun for the kids. They would absolutely love, you know, doing something like that. So it's like just finding, you know, making it fun and not making them feel like you know, it's a workout and oh my gosh, I have to do this, but just making it, you know, it's just a fun time that is benefiting.
To
you know,
distract
the mind
them
and
from
body.
the fact that, oh, you know, I have to do a workout or work or, you know, because kids usually they're more prone to play time.
Right.
So we make it like a play time for them.
That's too cute.
It is fun.
I know. It's funny. So I have a 2-year-old at home also, and my husband, when I was pregnant, I was like, I'm not doing anything because I'm just like exhausted all the time. But I was dying to do it. Like, honestly, it's so funny because you get to a point in pregnancy where you're like, I can't wait to just like have my body back so I can go back to like doing all the exercises and stuff I used to. And so now I'm like, you know, 2 weeks postpartum, and I'm like, hurry up!
Right? Yes, that's where I was at. You get it.
But my husband would like do like his yoga, you know, during the day, and then my 2-year-old would come and sit next to him and try to do it with him.
So cute.
They love that. They love the funny poses and the movement.
Right.
That's why I'm like, you guys have to do like a mommy and me class.
That's what we would
about it
love
for
to
sure.
do.
Oh, all right. Now I know you guys do some other services as well. So there's I have a list here. It's like the full moon circles, the oracle card readings, numerology reports, and you guys do like a group meditation type of thing. So if you guys could just kind of, you know, talk about what each of those services are and, you know, kind of what benefits they have to your clients, that kind of thing.
Oracle card readings, those are something that I've been doing for a while. And it's basically if you need any type of clarity, guidance, just like loving messages, it's really I connect basically with your guides. I ask the universe, you know, to make sure that I receive any messages that clients need to hear. Pull the cards, and whatever cards come out, each of them have a certain meaning, and then I intuitively interpret what they mean as well. And it's amazing to see, because ultimately we all have that ability within ourselves. We all know the answers. It's just really, sometimes it takes having somebody to be like, this is, you know, you're on the right path, or there's something that seems to be holding you back, or something like that, and really allowing them to be like, oh, okay, like this is something that I was thinking about, and, you know, I guess I will go for it. It's really just like, sometimes you need that, like, it's okay, like, you can do it, you know.
The reassurance.
The reassurance, exactly. So that's definitely been something that I've enjoyed doing for many years. Numerology, basically, the date, the time, our names, everything is energy. We all, are born into this world with the energy. At a certain time, we're given the names for a certain reason. Those numbers, basically the numbers are frequencies, and they all hold a certain, path. Way. So it's complicated to explain, but basically breaking it down for people, and I guess giving them like pretty much the reassurance, or like saying this, this job career would be best for you, or things like that. And yeah, I don't know how else to really explain it.
And then the full moon circles. So what are those?
Yeah, so the full moons circles, which we are going to be starting to do again. We were offering them when we first opened, but the full moon is basically a time to release things. So any habits, any negative energies that you are no longer serving you. Basically, the full moon is the time of release. So we would talk about certain rituals that we would do. We would write out things, literally pen and paper, write out things that we want to release, whether it's patterns, relationships, like anything. And then using the energy of the full moon, because that's when it's most potent, to do a releasing type ceremony or ritual, and that's what we would do. And we might also pull some cards and things like that as well.
Yeah.
But
okay. Yeah. And how long have you guys been doing those types of services? I know you said you've been doing them for many years, so obviously this is before the studio started.
Yeah.
So what made you guys incorporate this into the studio?
I think it's just really, our space is really about holding a space for people to heal. And these are just some other modalities, that assist that and help with that. So it's really, offering as many services as we can to people, because, everybody has certain preferences and certain things that work for them and they want to try. And, it's also something, spirituality is now a bit more mainstream, but it's also something that a lot of people kind of shy away from because they think it's weird or too witchy or, things like that. But it's really bringing to light that it's actually, it's for a reason. It has purpose, and it's very powerful in healing, in your healing journey. So
it's
yeah,
kind of like a similar vibe, and it helps you bring your focus into believing that you can do these things. And it's kind of cool because when we first opened the studio, you were doing card readings, and no joke, there was so many signs that we had that would show us, that we are on the right path, and that, like saying that, I can't remember some of them, but they were basically like, something great is coming for you in the future. You have to keep pushing forward. That you may have these setbacks, that are coming your way, but this is something that you should be doing right now. And so we just kept pushing forward. Yeah. And even like in a pandemic, one of the reasons we continued forth is because, these signs, I guess you could say, that we believed in, that kind of told us that this is what we should be doing. And so it kind of helps you believe in yourself.
Yeah, following that intuition and following that pull, and regardless of, how obscure it may be, or off the beaten path, it's like you're being pulled that way for a reason, and we've definitely been like supported in all of this that we've been doing.
To trust and to believe, and it's just something else to kind of get you to understand that you can do hard things, is what we say all the time. Continue forward. So
and then, so what other future certifications are you guys looking at? I know there's a few other classes, like was a sculpt and band one and the hot core. There were some other classes that you had mentioned that you guys are looking at starting up. So what other future certifications are you guys looking at, and other kinds of classes you guys are looking at doing?
Yeah, the bands and sculpt one is actually Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday. So that is also through Buti, and it's basically a 20 to 30 minute class. The bands one is using bands, and the sculpt one is basically just doing hit intervals. I think it's for like a minute at a time, and then taking a break and doing a yoga pose, and then doing the hit interview. So it's similar to Buti, but it's more structured a bit, and it's also a lot less class time.
You push real hard for the 20. And
right.
Then,
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then
The hot core one is also, if you check out Buti, it's pretty similar. It's basically, it sounds silly, but it's extremely tough, you know, but beneficial. You wear there's Buti socks that you have, and you basically are using your mat, and everything is from like your feet, and so it's I guess how would you describe
the core?
Like
you're really using your
using
core.
The core. It's like
basically, yeah, you're like sliding on
there
the
it is,
floor,
sliding.
basically.
Right,
yeah,
sliding
with
on
the
the
socks
floor.
and things.
You're
So
unable-
it's really intense, but yeah, it's definitely mostly core work.
Yeah, you don't have that grip on your feet because you have the socks on, and so everything you do has to be through your core in order to maintain poses, because the socks don't allow you to have that grip, so it forces you to use the core, which is something that we're excited to offer. And you know, that way we are able to, you know, show people that, you know, different levels that we have in our studio as far as you know, abilities, that we're open to all levels of abilities. So yeah.
Some variety. What was the other one? Oh, the trauma-informed yoga one.
Yeah.
Definitely, you know, mostly like we talked about before for the children.
Yeah. But it can be used for
exactly. And just being more, you know, informed with that, because I think that's, again, it goes hand in hand with Buti, and healing that. So.
And I think, I mean, if we want to bring it up, the Reiki, which is,
right.
If we, in the future, when we do offer that more often, it can be something that can also be used for meditation and another thing that we can bring to our customers.
Yeah, another healing modality.
Yeah.
Basically, energy healing. So, yeah.
Yeah, we are looking forward to, we have, I mean, so many certifications that they're offering. We're ready to just pick them up one by one. And so years from now, we literally will be a one-stop shop for, you know, all kinds of like really, you know, high intense but really fun yoga and strength training and cardio. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you guys kind of just started out the studio, so you know, and you're looking at getting all these different certifications and becoming the one-stop shop type of thing.
Yeah.
But what are like some of your, I guess, goals and stuff for the business for the next, you know, 3 years, 5 years?
We were just talking
about
that the other day.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we see ourselves definitely growing. Like, ultimately, we want to be this space where everybody, you know, knows to come in order to have fun and really just to be able to let loose and spend time on themselves. Men and women,
and
children. Like, we really just want it to be this most incredible, welcoming spot. We want to be able to, you know, expand our space. For sure.
One day we'll have employees.
Exactly. Employees, other, you know, instructors that can even offer, you know, traditional yoga and just like different aspects like that. But again, like the one-stop shopping. But and then we want to become master trainers ourselves, which are, you know, going to do all these certifications and then
the 200-hour yoga, or 300-hour yoga training. You do videos for the Buti yoga like headquarters, and for people, it's literally all over the world. When we did our certification, we had people from all different countries. And,
wow.
So
it's amazing.
It's everywhere. And we want to start selling merchandise. We want to do farmers markets. Let's see, what else?
Really connecting and just like getting out into the community and, you know, connecting to, you know, the local, you know, business owners and moms and everything else, and collaborating and just like...
And we brought it to Concord because we knew we'd be the first, because we knew that this is something that a lot of people don't know, so we wanted to be the ones to bring it to the community. You know? We have so many people, new customers that are like, I've never done this before, but they always end up coming back because they love it, so.
definitely, which is amazing. We have a ton of regulars, which is amazing.
We're introducing Buti to, I mean, hopefully, I mean, I know New Hampshire has, you know, a couple other places, but we want to be one that, like, we're the first in our area, and we are, like, the ones that pop in people's head when they think of Buti yoga. It was on purpose. Everybody's like, what is that? And we're like, because we're the first. We'll explain to you.
Oh,
yeah.
No, that's perfect, and that's that's pretty much what most business owners are looking for. It's like to stand out, you have to be different, and you guys are certainly different.
Yeah.
And to be able to offer that kind of service that people are going to keep coming back for, which I mean, it sounds like you guys are doing great. And
we're grateful.
Yeah, we're definitely. I mean, because it was a huge risk for us, to open up. I mean, we opened the end of September, and we actually started looking right before COVID hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
we talked
February,
about
March.
it. Yeah. And then COVID hit and just everything shut down. So we were like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And then July we were like, you know what?
Let's just
we gotta do it. So
we're like it's now or never.
Exactly.
Basically.
And everything just everything like
literally
we were saying, everything just aligned, and we were like, all right, we know it's time, so we just hit the ground running, and we won't stop.
We have received so much love and support that we're so grateful because with the pandemic we're pretty surprised.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go to a quick sponsor here real quick. So clinical hypnotherapist Kaja Weglars offers personalized hypnotherapy programs designed specifically for you with your unique goals in mind. Release low vibration emotions from the past, overcome childhood traumas, and create a life that you love. Become a better mom, wife, and individual, and find your inner bliss through true self-love. Leave the past behind, overcome negative self-talk and unwanted habits, and become empowered. You can reach her at facebook.com/Kaja Weglars Hypnotherapy, and that is spelled KASIAWEGLARZ Hypnotherapy, or call 603-254-6716. And then, real quick, I know that there's a lot of moms out there who are kind of trying to get into a good exercise routine or even yoga. Do you have any sort of advice for moms like that?
Starting on the routine? Oh, yeah.
I mean, just really...
just get started. It's really little by little.
Everybody has the same amount of time during the day, and I think a lot of the times we overcomplicate things, and we, as moms, we're so focused on taking care of everybody else that we go on the back burner. And I think that it's really important to, even if it's like 10-15 minutes in the day, to start your day, whether it be at home or wherever, or at night, just like try to find that time and make a commitment to that time.
Right.
Because you got to commit to yourself in order to start something, in order to complete it.
When we started this process, we really had to work hard to get to the point of being able to be instructors, and so it kind of proved to us that we were able to make it happen, because you could either get up really early, even if it's just like a half hour early, bust out 10 minutes, or stay up a little bit later when the kids go to bed and just do like a quick 10-minute, 15-minute, and you could do even on the Buti Yoga app, or come to our studio, get 10 minutes in, and we won't judge you if you're like gotta go.
Right.
Being able to like just like making your, because we have late classes, like 7 p.m. classes, and we also do Sunday morning. So being able to just like make it happen, do it either when the kids, before they wake up, after they go to bed, or like even one day on the weekend. Once you get started, it's like you can't stop because you crave it almost.
Right.
Yeah.
And asking for help, if you need somebody to, in order for them to come to our class, if they need to ask somebody to watch their child or children, ask. I think sometimes we have a hard time asking for help and asking to take time for ourselves, because mom guilt is real.
Yeah.
And,
real.
it's like you ask for
knowing
help.
that one thing that we remind ourselves is that this does help make us better moms, because we give that time to ourselves, we give that time to our bodies and our mind, that we do go home even a slightly bit happier and calmer, that we can handle the chaos at home.
Right.
So, and it happens to us every day.
Yes.
I mean, we are instructors, and we still are like so grateful that we have this because we're able to like come from a stressed out day, and then come back from our workout and be like, okay, throw whatever you got at me.
Right, exactly.
And they will.
Oh. All right, so I think we're all set here. So that's the end of our show. Mothers Illuminated does have a VIP group on Facebook where you can access extra content with the Q&A section of each video. You can be a part of a mother's mentorship program through Facebook, early access to all shows, promo code for free shipping on the merchandise site, notified a week prior to each show being filmed. There's lots of great stuff in there. It's only $8 monthly from Patreon, and you can get that at patreon.com/mothersilluminated. The show is also found on podcast.com or podcast.mothersilluminated.com. And you can also find us on YouTube as well. If you're interested in being a part of the show, contact us at mothersilluminated@gmail.com. So Jen and Susie, it's been great having you guys on here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.